Well, I just watched the Belko experiment.
End stage 1. Commence stage 2.
And it is a 7 out of 10 film. This film had plenty to entice me with. It had a wide brand of characters, from lovable heroes, the executive decision makers, the love interests, the innocent, the crazy, the humorous, and I guess a person. The format of the film being similar to a battle royale in the sense that a large number of people enter, but only one is going to leave. However, that's not readily apparent to the cast at the beginning. It's an experiment after all, and the test subjects are none the wiser. Early on, you could see the teams forming, the bands, the crews, each with their own solution to get out of this mess, and each with their own solution to survive the chaos. The misfits, the executives, the heroes, and these two goons. We get to see predictable yet satisfying forms of behavior from these people. Some take pride in the chaos, others laugh at it, and large numbers of them fear it. Then my favorite is the ones who despise it, but know that it is a hard yet simple decision. Them or me. If it wasn't obvious enough, I do enjoy the film. It's a 7 out of 10 for me. But what is a 7 out of 10 for me? Before I get to 7 out of 10, I want to start back a few steps. A 4 out of 10 is when a movie is, well, it's just a movie. It's got a plot, it's got a character, the character goes through the plot, and that's it. It's uninteresting, but it's just, that's when a movie starts. A 5 out of 10 is when, hey, it does number 4, but it also has some form of love to it. Whether the character stands out, the plot's intriguing, even if well not executed, or the movie is just kind of lackluster, but hey, they tried. 6 out of 10 is run-of-the-mill. It has its fans, it has its characters, it's memorable, it's got someone out there saying it's an amazing movie, even if it isn't. I find 6 out of 10 sometimes a little infuriating because there's enough there to like it, but not quite enough there to love it. It's this kind of a goalie, where if it just improved on some things, it could be a great film. Now 7 out of 10. It's when a movie's great, good, wonderful, well done. The characters are charming, lovable, hateable, relatable, dramatic, humorous, psychotic, or vibrant. They develop over the course of the film. They're not the same people at the end as they were at the beginning. The soundtrack of the film is compelling or sets a great tone for the rest of the film. The plot is appetizing and captivates the attention until the end. And this level of film is typically not perfectly predictable, but you can see where things develop and where things are going. And you can enjoy a wonderful payoff when certain outcomes occur. However, there's still room for improvement. Not criticism of what to change most of the time, but sometimes just what is missing. A few changes, sure, but not much. This is a tier of a great movie, a will recommend movie, a movie I'm going to remember and maybe even watch every other year. So, there's plenty to like about the Belko experiment. There's plenty to get immersed into. But with a plot like this and the time frame of the movie, it has restrictions. It has its limitations, and even with all the upsides, it has its pitfalls. But I want to gush about the film first. The setting is a fun idea. It's corporate culture. It's a government-funded nonprofit positioned in Colombia that provides grand benefits to their employees. Cars, apartments, and the safety of a tracker in the back of their head. You can trust the Belko Corporation to treat their employees with dignity and respect, fostering a work environment that people will love to return to day after day. It's a good play on corporate culture, trying to portray it as a cutthroat and dog-eat-dog world. While I have my reservations on how good or bad that portrayal is, I confidently say that it is a phenomenal take and an exaggerated way to show it off. Going with the characters, gosh, the characters. We got a wide range here. There's 80 employees in the setting. Not all of them get their fair share of screen time, which would be difficult to do anyways, but each one is a foreigner to Colombia, and they're pulled in by the great pay and benefits from the Belko Corporation. I don't know about you guys, but there is no amount of money I'll take to let someone put a tracker in me. That's one of the benefits they mentioned, but of course, if I got, $300 kajillion, I might, consider it, but there's going to be a lot of pushback and questions. It seems like a lot of these people just go ahead with the surgery and just put a tracker in the back of their head. Now, every employee has a tracker in them. Employees such as, Mike Milch, Barry Norris, Wendell Dukes, Leandra Flores, Marty, Vince, Keith, Terry, Lonnie, Bud, and many more. And each of the notable characters has their own take on how things play out and react in similar yet distinguishable ways from each other. They form into groups, as I've mentioned before: the executives, comprised of the likes of the bullheaded but regretful Norris, the reluctant but desperate Terry, and the psychotic Wendell. This committee is already making hard decisions for the Belko Corporation by the time we enter the film. Decisions on what initiatives to pursue, what people to hire, and what people to stock. So come crunch time, Norris and crew roll up their sleeves and make the choice that no one else can make, or would want to make. Kill some so others can survive. And at the very least, so that they can survive. Norris doesn't want to do this. That's what I really enjoy about this. He doesn't make this decision easily. In fact, he wants to convince people that they have to do it. He doesn't leap at the opportunity, but he knows at the end of the day, some people have got to go. Terry is similar to Mike. He hates the idea of killing people. He despises it. He doesn't want it to happen. He wants to exercise other options first. But unlike Mike, Terry knows that at the end of the day, it's going to be them or us. So Norris is a strong voice in his ear, and he lets Norris be the boss and make the big decisions, and Terry willingly, but with a lot of hesitation, goes along with it. A scene that felt phenomenal in the film was when Norris was putting down the old and the weak for the sake of the group. The regret and pain in his face, the dissatisfaction and hatred of self. All of that overpowered barely by his self-preservation instinct. It felt real. I see Norris as the type of guy to have trauma after this event, but never talk about his experience, if he survived, and bury it deep inside. Terry, while he does go along with the executives, he's the type of person, if he got out of Belko and he was a survivor, he would never be the same. This event would weigh on him forever, and his family probably would break up even if he got back to them. Wendell, deep down, I think he just likes killing people. The Misfits, I like these guys. They laugh at all of this. They smoke pot on the roof and they just let none of this affect them. They start out so chill, but by the end, they're the most paranoid and the most schizophrenic of the bunch. They don't survive, but they thought outside the box and lasted longer than most. It was a fun group to see. The two mechanic type people, I really thought they would survive longer, knowing the basement area, knowing the inner workings of the building, and likely being close to the security guard. I really thought they had grounds to be tough fighters. But panic, fear, anxieties, they got the best of Lonnie, and Bud met a sorry fate, dying to his own friend, Lonnie, who eventually followed suit. I think the star of the movie, not just because he's a protagonist, but the most entertaining portrayal, was Mike Milch. The efforts he takes to piss in the face of the voice and to get out of Belko alive, to dodge this experiment and bring as many people with him as he can muster, I thought, yeah, he was a true hero, fighting not just for others, but he did fight for his own sanity as well. At the end, I really enjoy how he gave it his all, but he unfortunately lost his sanity, and it caused him to crack. He was skeptical at the beginning, but rational. He was able to see something developing, but didn't go all out immediately. He took things slow, but once things started ratcheting up, he took the real, undeniable fact of something mischievous happening, and he immediately attempted to see what I don't think any other character in this film would try. This was a well-written character, and I think it's awesome how he starts throwing off the decision to kill, but once he loses the one he most cared for, he realized that he had to kill others, which gave us this amazing shot. Mike being the winner, after all the pain he caused the system and after all the attempts he had to break it, is very poetic. I mean, his revolt at the end of the film to kill the host of the experiment is wonderful. When he breaks free, when he gets outside, he breathes in the air, he sees the sun shining amongst the clouds, and he feels the heat on his blood-soaked face, dropping his gun, knowing he survived. I thought this was one of the most beautiful scenes I've seen in a long time. What I expressed to a friend when watching this film is that the reaction to the characters. What I expressed to a friend when watching this film was that the reactions we saw by all the actors in the film were. I liked how they were realistic. They weren't instantly panicking. They weren't instantly, freaking out. There was doubt, but there was tension, But then, falling quite in line with the business positions they had, they reacted as follows. There's anxious, chill, curious, plotting, then terrified. Background characters were for the slaughter there. And these reactions were delightful to see. Smaller points but still positives. The covers for the songs of this film, lovely. The suspense at the end of the film, hinting that the experiment's still going, piques my interest. And while those are smaller details, they definitely deserve attention. And I gotta say that those small details is what can really move the needle for films like this. But enough with me. What does the person I watched this with think?
7.9. 7.9. Too many guns. Lack of awesome office supplies fighting. A lack of a sequel takes off some points for me. Just because I want more. And not enough beautiful women. There's all my points.
7.9 out of 10. Hey, not everyone could be right.